Hello, amazing, beautiful people. My goodness, I can't believe we are already halfway through season 4. Here we are in episode 6. And today I want to talk about exchange rates. Are you getting a good return on your investment? Now, I don't know about you, but when I hear those words, I'm often thinking about currency or financial stock markets or even trading rates that come to mind. Well, that isn't my zone of genius or my field of favour. So, right now, I want to, with your permission, I'd like to introduce you to your own personal currency and exchange rates. So many of us live life in autopilot, going through the motions every day without challenging our choices or our habits. There are some small things that, if I change them right now, would give me a massive return on investment in the future. It's interesting, one of the things last year, actually probably 18 months ago, I hung out with the most amazing lady, Teresa Kowalczyk, and she showed me how to take 15 kilos off and keep it off. And you know what? Those little by little, oh, just one of this, just one of that, just a bit of this won't matter. And you know what? Some of those kilos are piled back on again. So one of the things is, you know what? I've got to go back and look at my habits. I've got to look at those little changes that then will take me back in the direction I want to go in. And that's part of what I want to talk about today. I believe that life happens because of you, because of the choices that each one of us make each and every day, whether that's in our past, our present, or our future. I also believe that time isn't linear. You know what? Some people achieve more in 1 year than some people do in a lifetime. You know what? Let me tell you, I am not going to invent some amazing machine or whatever it might be, because it's not my zone of genius. But time really isn't linear. So, time, money, and health and well being, for me, are all currencies. They're currencies that we trade in personally every day, often without thinking. So some people, like me, might trade time, experience, and wisdom for money in the form of mentorship, speaking, or coaching. And often that's how we trade in the day-to-day world. Money is often the currency we trade in. I pay an accountant, so I pay them for their time, their wisdom, and their expertise to help me with my finances. I pay a personal trainer to help me get fit so that I'm physically fit. I might pay for other people in other spaces. So it's like, what are we doing? You know? And I know when people are physical, they're looking at the gym membership. When it's mental, often people are looking at counselors or psychologists or whatever it might be. Actually, that's usually the ambulance to the bottom of the cliff, which is unhelpful. However, some might choose to invest in a life or a personal alignment coach to get their head, their heart, their head, and their body back in alignment so that they are living their best lives every day. So the reality is that the choices we make, as Samuel Gibson will tell us, the choices we make determine the directions our lives take and the people we become. So what are you trading right now? I just want you to pause and think about, what are you trading? Are you trading your health and well-being for, your personal health and well-being as you put others before yourself? Are you trading it for money or for a career? So your career is amazing, but you're exhausted at the weekends. You're tired, you're burnt out. I believe this is a common misbelief that mothers carry in terms of putting their children first. And yes, mums, we totally need to look after our children. They are dependent on us. But if we are to look after ourselves first, the misconception or the misbelief is we're being selfish. And actually, if I look after myself first and I fill my bucket up before I get up in the morning, if I have spent time in the Word, if I have taken time to be peaceful, to be calm, to do some exercise, whether it's walking, playing tennis, going for a run, going to the gym, whatever it might be, sometimes it's just doing some stretches. if I've had time to journal, to think, to reflect and have quiet time, if I've eaten a healthy breakfast and I've actually done some creative work before I start my day, holy moly, how cool is that? I am so filled that I spend the day on fire, pouring out goodness. It is so much fun. But if I fall out of bed in the morning and I'm like, oh, I'm tired, oh, golly, and then I don't eat a healthy breakfast, so actually I put stodge inside my stomach, and I'm like, and then I've got to go to work, and then I've got to do whatever. I spend my whole day like a sponge, sucking life out of the people, out of whatever around me. So I just want you to think, are you filling yourself up with who you are, with what fills your boat? Or are you exchanging your own health and well-being by, in theory, putting others first, but actually you're taking from them instead of giving to them? I know that when I set myself up the night before, when everything's planned and ready to go for the following day, and then I get up in the morning and I'm on fire and I have my morning routine before I even start my day, I exchange the comfort of lying in the bed for a productive, fulfilling day. It is unbelievable. And I've exchanged ignorance for insight by investing in my own health and well-being, in my further education. You know what? It's funny. I thought education finished when you finished formal education, be it school, degree, whatever. I had no idea of the return on investment as I continued to invest in my health and well-being, in understanding, in my own life education. I've already mentioned that I invested in Teresa's course, lost 15 kgs and kept it off for a long time until I just let that one thing and then another one thing and another one thing build up. So unhelpful, just quietly. So now I've got to do that one thing the other way and do another one thing and another one thing to take it back in the right direction. But you know what? Learning to invest not only in that physical health, but my goodness, I found Jessie in Above the Sun and Elishaba. They were amazing. They helped me. I invested in them to help me write a book. And not just a book, but an international bestseller. That's nuts. Anyway, super cool. And now I'm investing in learning how to become a radio show host. I invest in really good mentors who are where I want to be so that I can become the best results-based coach on the planet. That's my goal. Well, not on the planet, but you know what? I want to be the best I can possibly be. I want people who I work with, to be super productive, to be the best they can possibly be, to be proud of themselves every day because they win or they learn. And I invest in people ahead of me so that I can make sure that I'm modeling what's great. I am so not perfect. And actually, just quietly, neither is anyone else. I passionately believe God gave us family and community so that we could learn and grow and exchange skills and talents to enhance our lives. You know what? I bought my car, but I exchanged money for somebody's skills and talents to give me an awesome car that I can drive around with and get from A to B. It's brilliant. And together, everyone achieves more. And you know what? If you actually want to experience what this looks like in real life and how it works effectively, if you are local here in Hawke's Bay or you're in New Zealand, come and have a beautiful long weekend or a week at the Mohaka River Farm in rural Napier. This is a community of people. There are 7 families there, and they all bring their different talents and they all work together, and they basically are self-sufficient. They've got a farm, they've got quite a few businesses within that space, but they all work together. And yes, they are importing and exporting timber and making the most beautiful houses, just quietly. But whatever it is, what are you exchanging? Think about your brilliance. And if you're looking to be physically fit and healthy, then consider what you could exchange right now that can move you in that direction. You might choose to, for example, miss out on an hour of scrolling on social media, or maybe an hour of TV. You could exchange that time for an hour going for a walk, for playing hockey, or maybe tennis, or whatever sport that's, springs to mind for you, or maybe an hour at the gym. Ooh, what would that do for your health and well-being now and in the future? Maybe. Or if you're looking for mental fitness and spiritual wisdom and insight, come and hang out with a life or a personal alignment coach, somebody possibly like me, who can help you pump and be the best you can be now and in the future. Bring it on just quietly. And you know what? That investment will pay you back 30, 60, 100-fold. It has been such a joy to watch people come and hang out with me and then go and just live their best lives. Be successful in what it is for them that calls them to be in that space. So, what choices are you making today to give you an excellent exchange rate for the future and an outstanding return on investment? I'd love you to let me know in the chat what it is that you are doing, what it is that brings you joy, what it is that you exchange. And actually, what have you got to exchange? Phil, who is local, and myself have just started up the messenger. So we've got Pass the Message on. So we have just started up the radio show. And part of that, if you are local, we want to highlight the events that you do. So if you're running an event, bring it to us and we can pass the message on. Maybe you might want to come and be part of our community locally here or internationally. We're just about to put together a community, an online community, where if you're looking for a personal trainer, whether you're looking for somebody who helps with investments, maybe you're looking at somebody to do your website, maybe you're looking for somebody to help you write an international bestseller. Well, a friend of mine and I are going to put this together. Now, admittedly, you have to apply to be part of this, and there is an exchange to be had. But at the end of the day, we are here to work together and to bring so much more. So I encourage you, consider what you are exchanging right now. Or maybe you have something to exchange and you are brilliant at something, maybe teaching art classes, maybe teaching people to drive. Maybe you've got a product that is next level that you want us to share. Whatever it is, or if you've got a dream you want to imagine, and come and exchange a little bit of your time so that your dream can become true. So come and exchange it with me. Whatever it is, I encourage you to just consider it and get it done. So have an amazing God-blessed week. I love you. God bless you. And we'll see you very soon.